Good morning. Let's see, the time is, it's about 7:30 in the morning on June 3rd, 2020. Purpose of this recording is to demonstrate downloading the version 2012 Express Edition of SQL Server. The reason you would download version 2012 is probably because you have an older computer. You have Windows 7 or Windows 8 or something like that. If you have Windows 10, you don't need to download this one. So it's been a while since I've done this, so I'll just work through it with you. You cannot run SQL Server, any version, on a Macintosh machine. It isn't going to work. There are some ways that you can set up your Macintosh such that it is dual bootable, meaning it runs as a, it can run under Windows. So Macintosh can, under some conditions, run Windows. I have never had very good luck with that, and it's a pretty drastic thing to do. I don't recommend it, but you should probably go to a technician to install that and get it running quickly. It is well beyond the scope of this class to set up your machine as dual bootable. So assuming that you have an older computer, I would start with as clean of a computer as you can get. If you can reset if you can do a reset of the software, because if it's an old computer, it's probably, the disk is likely full, and it needs to be running correctly before this is going to work. So that if the computer isn't running right, then you need to get that fixed. But this is how you do it. I'm going to do a Google search on SQL Server version 2012 Express Edition. This is where I end up. I'm looking for Microsoft.com, not some others. And it says download. We'll try this one. Download Server 2012 Express from the official site. And make sure I'm getting the right one. Select the language. I'm reading to make sure. Read the system requirements, make sure your system, then they install instructions. So I'm going to download it. Okay, I see several versions here. So the ENU64 Express Edition, this is the 64-bit edition. I recommend that you download the x86 edition. This is the 32-bit edition. SQL Express, let me see what the difference is between these guys. This one, I think it's this one that we want. Now you might have a 64-bit machine. I don't know what kind of machine you have. If you download the x86 version, it should work all right. See what else we've got here. Okay. EXPR32, okay. Here we go, right here. Now I believe that this is the one. So this is the full meal deal. It's 1.3 gig. So I would download this one. Now that's the 32-bit version of the software. Let me pull that over here and get it up. I'm pretty sure, pretty positive that this is the one you want. The ADV, so SQL Express, and ADV is kind of the whole thing. x86 means it's a 32-bit processor, and so this is the file that you're going to download. Okay, I set up a folder over there to receive it. Next. And now we're downloading. I'm going to pause the share. And okay, that was about a 3-minute download or so, something like that. I didn't want to record a bunch of dead air. And I'm going to go over here to my where it is. Go show in folder. Anyway, go find the thing. Here's the name of the file. I'm going to cut the file from my downloads folder. I'm going to go to the site where I want to save it. I'm saving it in Collin College. I'm saving it in 2309. And I built this directory, this folder in which to receive it, and it's SQL 2012 install files. Paste. So this is I think this is everything we're going to need. I'm going to go ahead and execute it. So it's extracting it's extracting the stuff out of there and putting it into a temporary directory. Okay. That was about 5 minutes or so to unpack it there. And now it's been unpacked to a temporary file. And let's see, what do we have here is SQL Server standalone. So I had to check OK. I had to click OK to let it install Server 2012. I'm installing SQL Server 2012. Upgrade from Server 2005 was the one. Oh, that brings back memories. 2005 before that. 2008 was not a particularly stable version. R2 was a little better. But 2012 is the one that will run on Windows 7. So SQL Server standalone installation. Let me look at these others. What are tools? Under tools. To see if specify the architecture, location. I think you'll just take the default. And of course, you'll have to accept the license terms before. Thank you. You'll have to accept the license terms before you can go any further. So I did that. Next. If there's updates here, here's an update. I'm surprised that there's an update. So include the updates because that's they're important. You want the latest version of 2012, which is kind of an oxymoron, and this is actually going to install it. I'm going to cancel because I really don't want to install it. Now, I have 2019 on here. I'm sure that will install SQL Server. And I believe that any version of the Management Studio will work. There may be Management Studio in there. It seems like I recall that the Server Management Studio is included here with this one. If not, then you should do a Google search. Get here. Let's do a search for Google. Now we have the server engine downloaded. So I'm going to say SQL. I'm going to say SSMS, SQL Server Management Studio. 2012 download. Give that a try, see what I can get. Okay, Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio download. This is the latest version. This is May 2020. SQL Server 2012 Express. This is not a Microsoft site, so I'm looking for a site that's Microsoft.com. SQL Server 2012 Management Studio. I don't know whether this is going to get it or not. How to download and install SSMS. Okay, here's the thing with SQL Server Management Studio, you do not have to have version 2012. I'm going to try it here. I'm going to try this one, but this one is the Lonely DBA WordPress. This one is quite. This one's 2014 when it was done. I'm going to give this a try and see if I can find it there. You're getting a little old. Where do I download 2012 version of Just Management Studio? Okay, it's finally time. We're on version 2014 now. Okay, so we want this. Actually, it's been answered, but great detail. So here's an article that says, just get SSMS from 2013. Service Pack 1. Okay, this article would probably tell you how to do it. See if it gives me a URL. Okay, so I'm reading this. I think this is where you get your instructions on how to download it. Looks like it comes to you in a service pack. SQL 2012 Service Pack 3 Express. So you probably want this one. For either of these, so you want to choose this one. So the x86 is the 32-bit, and most time if you have an older box, choose the 32-bit. So I'm going to suggest this being your source. You will have to do a little bit of reading in here, but it does not look, I think right here is probably your link, SQL Server 2012 Service Pack 3. I think this is the one you want. And let me post this URL up here for you. So I think here's where you can find your service pack. Excuse me, the SSMS. And anyway, after that, the installation is very similar. Installation and setup haven't changed a lot from where we are now to where we will be. So you this is the file for this is SQL. This is the server engine. And then you need the Management Studio. Excuse me. And I believe that this this will give you the instructions at this site right here. The Management Studio does not have to be specifically version 2012. Excuse me. One version, any version you can get to install will probably work just fine. You can upgrade the Management Studio and the server engine are two different applications. So I hope this helps. I'll get this pushed out to YouTube and uploaded and sent by email as quickly as I can. And good day.